Hello, my dears. Come on in, grab a cup of tea, and let's talk about one of my favorite topics, the game of life. Yes, you heard me right. Life is like a game. Not the kind you play on a board or a screen, but a game that challenges your heart, mind, and spirit every single day. I've lived long enough to see that life isn't about winning or losing. It's about how you play, how you grow, and how you treat the people playing alongside you. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected surprises, much like the games I used to play with my grandkids, Emma and Jake. Let me share a few lessons I've learned about this incredible game of life. These lessons come from my own experiences, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. Lesson number 1. Know the rules, but be ready to improvise. When I was young, I thought life had a clear set of rules. Work hard, be kind, and good things will happen. And while that's often true, life doesn't always go according to plan. I remember the year Tom and I started our small bakery. We followed every rule for running a business, saved money, worked long hours, and poured our hearts into every loaf of bread. But one winter, a massive snowstorm shut down the town for weeks, and we lost most of our savings. We could have given up, but instead we got creative. Tom started delivering bread on skis, and I began teaching baking classes in our kitchen. It wasn't the plan, but it worked. In life, you need to know the rules, but also be ready to pivot when things don't go as expected. Flexibility is just as important as preparation. Lesson number 2, your team matters. In every game, your teammates can make or break your experience. Life is no different. I've had the blessing of a strong team, my family, friends, and even strangers who showed up at just the right time. But I've also learned that not everyone belongs on your team. Some people will cheer you on while others will hold you back. When my sister Carol went through a rough divorce, she felt alone and unsure of who she could trust. I told her, surround yourself with people who lift you up, not weigh you down. She took that advice and found a community of supportive friends who helped her rebuild her life. Choose your team wisely, my dears. The right people will make all the difference. Lesson number 3. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Notice I didn't say lose. In the game of life, every loss is an opportunity to learn something valuable. When I was in my 40s, I ran for a seat on the local school board. I poured my heart into the campaign, but I lost by a handful of votes. First, I was devastated, but that experience taught me resilience, humility, and the importance of getting involved in my community. Every setback has a silver lining if you're willing to look for it. So when life doesn't go your way, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Lesson number 4. Celebrate the wins, big and small. In the game of life, it's easy to focus on the big victories, graduations, promotions, weddings, but the small wins matter just as much. I'll never forget the day Emma brought home a math test with a big red C on it. She was so disappointed until I pointed out that her last test had been an F. This is progress, I told her. Let's celebrate it. We baked cookies that night, and you know what? That little celebration gave her the confidence to keep improving. Don't wait for the big moments to celebrate, my dears. Find joy in the small victories, too. Lesson number 5. Play fair, but don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. One of the hardest lessons I've learned is that life isn't always fair. People will take advantage of you if you let them, but standing up for yourself doesn't mean being unkind. It means valuing your worth. When I was working as a secretary in my 20s, my boss gave me twice the workload of my colleagues but paid me less. I was afraid to speak up, but one day I mustered the courage to ask for a raise. To my surprise, he agreed. Standing up for yourself isn't about being confrontational. It's about knowing your value and advocating for it. Lesson number 6. The clock is always ticking, so play with purpose. In the game of life, time is the most precious resource you have. Spend it wisely. When my friend Maria passed away, I realized how often we put off the things that truly matter. Spending time with loved ones, pursuing our dreams, or simply enjoying the moment. From that day on, I made a promise to live with purpose. I stopped saying I'll do it later and started saying I'll do it now. Whatever you want to do, start today. The clock is ticking and every moment counts. Lesson number 7. Stay in the game, even when it's hard. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the obstacles seem too big and the effort too great. But my dear, those are the moments that define you. When Tom got sick in his later years, caring for him was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it was also one of the most rewarding. It taught me the depth of love, the power of perseverance, and the beauty of selflessness. No matter how tough life gets, stay in the game. You're stronger than you think, and brighter days are ahead. Lesson number 8. Pass it on. The most meaningful part of the game of life is helping others. Share your wisdom, lend a hand, and leave the world better than you found it. One summer, I taught Emma and Jake how to plant a garden. At first, they didn't understand why we were doing it. But when they saw the vegetables grow and the joy it brought to our neighbors, they got it. Life isn't just about what you achieve. It's about what you give. So pass on your knowledge, your kindness, and your love. Grandma Suzie's final thoughts. Life is a game, my dears, but it's not about winning or losing. It's about how you play, who you play with, and what you learn along the way. So play with kindness, courage, and purpose. Celebrate your victories, learn from your setbacks, and always keep your eyes on what truly matters. Love, faith, and the people you hold dear. Remember, every day is a new round in the game of life. Make it count. With all my love, Grandma Suzie. Thank you, my dears, for spending this time with me. Remember, life's journey is better when we walk it together. If these stories and reflections warmed your heart, be sure to subscribe and join me for more wisdom, comfort, and a little sprinkle of joy. Together, let's keep growing one story at a time. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and remember, you're never alone. Grandma loves you.